Well, please continue to enjoy your lunch. We're just going to move forward with today's program. You've seen today that the theme is building a village of hope. In the lobby, you walked through the village of hope. But what those buildings represent are the healing spaces that you help create to support children and families across North Carolina. As you move through the village, we hope you notice something important, that no single piece stands alone. Just like in real life, hope for a child is built when a community shows up together, when neighbors step in, when support is consistent, and when every voice matters. In a real village, neighbors don't ask whether something is their responsibility. They simply ask, how can I help? Today, we are asking you to be that neighbor. Coming up next, we are going to get the opportunity to hear from our president and CEO, Celeste Dominguez. But first, I'd like you to turn your attention to the screen and meet Courtney. Courtney is a single mom of two in one of our early intervention programs. She knows what it's like to lose your village and is finding hope for her children's future through the support of individuals just like you.
I was pregnant with my daughter at 18 years old, and I was in a domestic violence relationship with my kid's father, and I also was dealing with a sick mom. I didn't know how to be a mom. My mom was sick my whole life, and I took care of her from the time I was 11 on. So I didn't really know how to be a mom, or I didn't know how to set boundaries. I met this man who promised me a lot of things, and it was something that I'd never had before. I was in a really abusive relationship with her dad, so I didn't think about long-term effects. I met him in the beginning of one year, and I married him by the October of that year. I thought he was a good fit, but he had severe mental health issues as well, and he ended up breaking my nose in front of her. He kicked me out of the house after I told the police or the court system that he had made an honest effort to be a better person. My daughter and I were homeless. And then my mom died in August of that same year. So I kind of lost my bearings. The only person that I knew how to take care of or knew how to live around was gone. And I didn't know how to be a person without my mom. And so you don't take a 4-year-old child on the streets with you. That's not what a loving parent does, in my opinion. I felt like the system failed me over and over again. I didn't have the support I needed. I didn't have anybody to really take that chance. So when I found out that I was pregnant with my second child, the first program that I reached out to before I even went to the OBGYN, honestly, was Children's Hope Alliance. I had my mom for the first 4 years of my daughter's life. So having a child without my mom really kind of scared me. That was the most emotional part about it, because what the heck am I gonna do, you know? I contacted Lisa, who has had the same number for the program for probably as long as she's been here. But she responded, and at the time I didn't even live in a county that serviced me. But I moved back to this area to give my daughter stability and also relearn how to be a parent again after I regained custody. So Children's Hope Alliance, working with them, I have gained a lot of new skills. I say that with a laugh, but I'm able to laugh today. I'm able to be happy and joyous and confident around my kids. I feel confident enough to be a parent without a parent. I am connected to community resources like I've never been connected before. One of my mottos is breaking generational curses. Like, my thing is you are going to grow through what you go through. You don't stay in dirty soil, right? And as a mom who didn't really have a mom, I think that how this program has shaped me into being who I am today, I think that it's gonna live with Ansley forever. Like, there are things in this program that are priceless that I would never be able to pay for or be able to learn without this program. So I think that with Children's Hope Alliance, I am able to be a mom to my daughter that she'll be able to give to her kids one day.
Videos like that are incredibly heartwarming and touching, and also absolutely give me chills. So early intervention and prevention is a passion of mine, and knowing we can help moms like Courtney build a better life for their kids keeps me inspired every single day to grow our services so that we can help more children and families across North Carolina. Good afternoon. My name is Celeste Dominguez, and I am the president and CEO at Children's Hope Alliance. I would like to first thank you for joining us today at our annual signature fundraiser. For those of you that have come each year to support Children's Hope Alliance in big ways, thank you. We could not do what we do without you. For those of you who are new to us today, I want to leave today with each of you knowing that 135 years ago, this agency began serving children across North Carolina in need. Most of those years, we brought children to our campus in Berrien Springs and worked with them, separate from their families, as was the state model back then. But since 2021, we've been doing more and more of our work in the community where we help children and families stay together, heal together, and thrive together. We do that using 10 different services, many of which are unique to our agency, and were designed by us to meet each child's needs individually, to give them the best quality of care possible, and certainly what each of them deserve. To help you understand what we do and how important a village can be, I want to share a story of a young girl growing up in a home where violence, poverty, and fear were constants. Alcoholism shaped her father's behavior, and emotional wounds were created from his harsh words and daily criticisms. This young girl, she was academically gifted, and she absolutely loved school. But her family trauma showed up in her health, and at 13, she weighed only 65 pounds. She was constantly sick, and sadly, she was frequently absent from school and the programming that she loved to be around. Family secrets for her remained unspoken and untouched. She believed that it wouldn't matter if she spoke out. Her father was clear. This was the life she deserved, and this was the life she should expect. When she was only 16, her world changed dramatically. One night, she, her mother, and her two sisters found themselves held at gunpoint by her father in their own living room. Overwhelmed with fear that they may all die that night, she sent her sisters outside and ran to call 911 when her father went to the bathroom. Her hands were trembling and her throat was tight as she reached out for help that she hoped would keep them alive. Fortunately, the police came quickly. They arrested her father, offering the family a brief relief. But she feared deep down that he would know it was she who had called the police. She feared that when he returned, he would be angrier, more intoxicated, more violent. That experience frightened her deeply, and the young girl saw home as a place that she could no longer feel trust. Her father was someone she would never be able to lean on, and her mother was someone who equally was as frightened and in need of help as she was. She faced a critical choice: continue living in fear or dare to imagine a different life, one that was filled with hope. The idea of change was terrifying and lonely, and the path forward was unclear and lacking in direction. But amidst her fear and loneliness, a village slowly began to form around her. One of the policemen that showed up that night to arrest her father was the one who taught her to be a crossing guard for the elementary school. He told her to call if she ever needed help. Teachers saw her gifts and her potential. They encouraged her to dream and spent extra time with her before and after school. They nominated her for leadership positions at school, and they checked in on her daily. Neighbors who knew what was happening listened and watched the house and offered shelter in desperate moments. And they would come out to say hello when she got home from school so she would know that they were there. Church and school counselors provided resources and guidance when hope seemed out of reach. They taught her to pray and to ask for help. Without them, she likely would have fallen back to a place of fear and hopelessness, but their consistent support helped her begin to find her way. This young girl is me, and this is part of my story. One of the many stories that fuels my passion to help children and families find hope, to believe that healing is possible, and to understand that living a healthy life is difficult and scary, but a worthwhile journey. Asking for help and building a village that can be trusted is what truly makes change happen. Asking for help after one of the most frightening days of my childhood helped create my village and change my path. Today, I am proud to say that I am the mother of two amazing children. They will always be my babies, but they are young adults. My son is 30. He graduates this week from medical school, and my daughter is 29 and is following in my footsteps to become a clinician and a leader of others. Thank you. Both of my children have learned through their own trials and tribulations, and ours as a family as we've grown together, the importance of building a village and paying it forward. This year, I'm celebrating my 25th year at this amazing organization. It's been a long time, right? And 40 years of being called and blessed with the opportunity to serve children and families in need. My vision remains the same today as it did when I first started, to intentionally spend each and every day in service to those in need and inspiring others to bring hope and light to children and families facing some of their darkest and most frightening days. As we look to expand our services and innovate to enhance our care to meet the new, unique needs of those around us, we need your help. Today, I am asking you for assistance. I'm asking you to be part of our village. We serve children and families every day during some of their most vulnerable moments, and they need a robust village. They need help in many forms, and they need support that will not give up on them. They need you, and we need you to walk alongside us. as we bring those services to them. A village of hope and resources looks like a home where safety is built up, a school where dreams are fostered and growth becomes possible, a library, a painting class, a music lesson where inspiration is absorbed and words are not needed to describe the struggles, the fears, and the trauma. It also looks like an office where care is given, privacy is honored, skills are learned, and the many steps towards healing are coordinated so no child, no family falls through the cracks. These kids need a village of supporters that will not give up on the children and families that come to us for help every day and will be there when and if they return for a boost later in life. They will make that offer to call if you need help because we are here. I am overwhelmed and humbled every day by the steadfast support of our village, those who have walked alongside us for many years and are here today to reaffirm their commitment. And with the new additions to our village, those of you joining us today with big hearts and a desire to help children and families, we will continue to bring hope, health, healing, and resilience to thousands of children and families in need every year. To help you further see the impact of our work, it is with joy that today I get to introduce you to a resilient young man who came to Children's Hope Alliance for help and embraced the support that was offered, who moved beyond that to an independent living program and has moved beyond that to be in our college support program. A young man who has overcome unspeakable odds and who has agreed to join us on stage today and share his story. Please join me in welcoming Eli to come to the stage.
Good afternoon. I'd first like to extend my thanks to Celeste and the Children's Hope Alliance for having me here today to speak with you. I'm an alum from the Howard House Transitional Living Program, CHA's crash course in adulting for foster teens who missed out. I came here 5 years and 1 month ago with only a hope and a prayer and a donated backpack that I was very grateful to have. I'd like to describe my experience before then, briefly, because I could write a book about what happened before I came to CHA. I was born in Charlotte, and I grew up all over the place. I've lived, however briefly, in all but 10 of the lower 48, mostly in battered women's shelters, trying to get away from my biological father. In 2018, he badly hurt my mom in a car wreck, and she was out for a long time. At that time, I had just graduated from Sarasota Military Academy Prep and was in North Carolina pursuing my ground search and rescue qualifications with NISA. At 15 years old, I found myself abandoned. I fell into foster care, and 2020 rolled around, making things so much better. I was stuck in some crappy places, always feeling like an odd man out. I did my best and kept my bed made. But some of those places are pits for young folk who, in some form or fashion, have just lost everything, which on its own is crushing. Now add in penalties for misbehavior and account for their emotional immaturity, and you see a cycle of self-destruction. In that last level 3 group home, everyone went stir crazy, confined to a small common area, online school with other noisy, uncomfortable boys who don't know how to cope. It was a lot of pressure. But I learned a few things from the experience. The small gestures matter. Christmas 2020, they had us haul in a bunch of black trash bags. Inside were a few small presents, pajamas, and a hot meal, and every kind of hygiene product you can think of. Somebody gave us time somebody took their time to give us the opportunity to experience Christmas in foster care. Whether the kids appreciated the gifts or not, the thought did count. Dreams can die quickly. When the only end in sight is being dropped off downtown on your 18th birthday, you can lose hope quick. I held fast to my dreams and made great efforts to keep those coals hot. I attended Civil Air Patrol meetings, got out into the community, networked, exercised, pursued meaningful volunteer work, and certifications that would make me a better person. Most importantly, I had the backing of these great people here at CHA, who believed in me, drove me to these events, and gave me the tools I needed to keep doing what I loved. Sense of self is a powerful thing. In foster care, it's an internal battle as much as it is external. You want to belong in your environment. It's natural. But when your environment is designed to contain bad, unstable kids and keep you in line, regardless of your circumstance, if you come to accept that that's where you belong, there are some implications with it. And on your psyche, that's pretty heavy. So how can you best empower foster kids? Well, first understand you don't know what you don't know, and certainly neither do they. Kids insulated from the community don't know what opportunities are out there for them, not just for the future, but for now. Since graduating CHA, I have earned hundreds of hours worth of accreditations and certifications from the CAP, FEMA, the Red Cross, and the State Guard, just to name a few. Many are notable and necessary to build my stature, while others I took simply because I had the time to do so. Just last week, I completed an online DoD course because it was free to take. I'm a licensed boater and forklift operator. I own neither a boat nor a forklift. And I'm a notary public. Why? Because I can be, and it's another way I can make myself valuable. I do these things and I'm part of these organizations because I wanted to be. I believe that if I applied myself, I could just go do things. Kids in foster care don't just need to be told. They need to see for themselves. The world is out there. What does that mean? What world? Give them avenues to explore it. Put them onto trainings. Encourage them to take a CPR course, volunteer, or do something that gives them a certification or experience. Help them achieve a small victory, something that they can accomplish. And when they accomplish it and see that they can do it, they will go on to do more great things. I am where I am today at the Citadel with one more year till graduation because CHA believed in me and my goals. And I consider myself extremely lucky because there are plenty of foster kids who don't see their dreams realized. Last thing, foster parents are a rarity. Usually they're people who are already close to a family who stepped up. Now, there are plenty of wonderful people who want to foster, but they often aren't prepared to handle a kid who's been through so much. So to those here tonight who have accepted that undertaking, God bless you. We need more of you. Foster parents and social workers are the front line. They're pinned down and they're taking heavy fire from all directions. It is your job to send in some air support, fly a couple bombing runs. Through the supply drives, Angel Program, making Easter baskets, holding prayer circles, writing cards, and the donations you make today, every small thing helps. It really does take a village to raise a foster kid, but it takes each one of you individually to change a child's life. Thank you.
Can we give Eli another hand, please? You guys, that's what it's about. That's what it's about. Yes, that's what it's about. I don't know about you, but he's inspired me to go online and see what free things I can take. Like, I'm excited, right? Well, today I also get the honor of introducing you to another amazing individual who knows the importance of having a village around you to support you during your hardest times. Please welcome one of our dedicated staff members working with local youth as a peer support specialist, Brian.
Hello, donors, partners, and supporters. My name is Brian Fierro, and thank you all for taking the time out of your busy schedules to come together for such an important cause. When a community of this size unites, young people notice, it matters, and they feel it. It is important for the next generation to understand that moments like this do happen, and they happen for the greater good. While we may not see the growth of the seeds we plant today, they will benefit from the fruits of this labor in years to come. I know because I was once one of those young people. Allow me to share a bit of my experience growing up. I was born in New Jersey in 1995 to Colombian parents who immigrated to the United States. As the oldest male in my household and someone navigating the American education system, much of the responsibility fell on me, both in my parents' expectations and in contributing to the household. My parents never became fluent in English and had limited understanding of American culture, so I often served as a bridge between the two. When the Great Recession hit in late 2007, my father lost his job, our family lost our home, and we were forced to file for bankruptcy. I was involved in every step of that process. And with that came a lot of emotions, confusion, pressure, and at times fear. I remember feeling like I had to grow up very quickly, trying to stay strong for my family, while also carrying responsibilities that most kids my age didn't have to think about. During the day, I attended school and studied for exams, but it was hard to fully focus, because I knew what was waiting for me at home. At night, I helped my parents apply for food stamps and translated phone calls between bankers and lawyers. While the recession affected many of my friends and their families, their experience is very different from mine. They weren't learning bankruptcy procedures or helping their parents file for unemployment. Though those times were incredibly hard for me, I believe I developed a strength and experience that so many of my peers did not. I consider myself very fortunate and had to have learned so many skills during that time. I not only supported my family during this time, but felt a strong drive and passion to serve others in my community as well. Today, I'm building a career at Children's Hope Alliance as a peer support specialist for the Healthy Transitions program. Through the use of my lived experience, the young participants and I work together to identify their goals and develop clear, achievable steps that reflect voice, choice, and self-direction of the youth in the local community. Our focus is on building essential skills such as self-efficacy, accountability, and hope. Critical skills that many of us are still learning to master. Many of the young people in our community are facing challenges that aren't always visible: trauma, instability, and a deep sense of disconnection. There aren't issues that can wait. There aren't problems that can solve themselves over time. These are young people who are doing their best to navigate life without always having the support or guidance that they need. I've seen firsthand what can happen when they do receive that support. I've seen a young person earn his high school diploma early, even after his family became homeless and became separated in early 2025. I've seen another young person enroll in her first choice university to pursue her passion in culinary arts, despite facing significant challenges within her own family. I witnessed a young person go from one of the lowest moments in their life to building the confidence to pursue their own business and take steps forward towards independence. With your kindness and generosity, Children's Hope Alliance can continue providing the support these young individuals have been seeking and asking for. They will have the opportunity to learn how to become independent while still feeling safe and supported along the way. When neighbors like you come together to uplift our youths, we help build the village that so many of them never had. These young people are able to grow and to establish deep roots, and in doing so, we set the example they hope to follow. Together, we create a shared vision of hope and harmony for the future, a vision we can all work toward and grow into as a community. Because of you, our young people are not walking this journey alone, and that makes all the difference. Thank you for your time, your generosity, and your support.
Thank you, Brian, for sharing that. You encourage us all to share our stories as well. It shows that we can give hope, that we can help, and that there are times when you think nothing you're doing is really making a difference, when in all actuality, it all is. Well, Suzanne is going to come up right now. Suzanne is our Senior Director of Advancement. She is the final part of our program, and so please join me in welcoming her here. Suzanne.
I am just in awe of all of our speakers today and the strength it took to be here this afternoon. Let's give them another round of applause. Everybody's telling you the why today, and I have my own why. My own why is my daughter Adeline. When she was 13 years old, she was bullied and assaulted in middle school. That caused her to start self-harming. And one January night, the cuts went a little too deep. We rushed her to the hospital, and with the help of my village, one of which is sitting at my table today, we learned that we had to put her in inpatient treatment. To this day, that night was the hardest thing I've ever gone through. Putting my daughter somewhere that I couldn't control, that I wouldn't be with her, that I couldn't make sure she was okay. That night changed my life. It let me know the importance of mental health services, and it let me know that there were people out there to support you, and that villagers support each other. And that's why I'm here today. I'm proud to say my daughter Adeline is 19 years old. She is a freshman in college. She has done great. She is a survivor. She has now been self-harm-free for 5 years and is doing amazing things and may even be engaged soon. So we're pretty excited about all of those things. But that's why moments like today matter so much. Now more than ever, CHA is relying on neighbors like you. People who believe in the power of showing up, surrounding children with care, and building a village of hope. Yes, there is uncertainty in our economy, and I think that's an understatement for everyone here. This year alone, we have seen 3% cuts in our funding, and they're likely to happen into next year. For example, that 3% stands, we could lose $158,000 for our foster care program and $141,000 for our ACT program. We know there are challenges around the globe, and while you may not be able to change all that, you can change the lives of multiple families in this community, and that's a powerful gift. Thanks to our generous platinum title sponsor, Case Farms, and the many other sponsors you've heard recognized today, every cost of this event has been already covered. That means 100% of your gift today will go directly to helping a child or family in need, bringing light into places that can feel overwhelming and dark. As you think about this moment when you are giving a gift to a child in need, I want you to imagine what your generosity represents today. Every gift is like turning a light on in the Village of Hope, a light in the home where safety begins, a light in the school where growth becomes possible, a light in the library where a child's future is still being written, a light behind the scenes where care is coordinated and no one is forgotten. Because when neighbors step in, the whole village shines brighter. Together, guys, let's light up the room. On your table, you will see part of the village lit up in honor of your generosity today. Those village pieces will be going home with the table captains, as well as the beautiful tulips we have there, as a memory that you're part of our village today. On the screen, you'll see many ways we're inviting you to give. Take your place in the Village of Hope. We have some questions today. How many children are we going to save today? How many families in crisis are we going to help today? How many young adults aging out of foster care are we going to give a brighter future to today? You can join the Giving Them Hope Society. This is a 5-year commitment that allows Children's Hope Alliance to plan ahead, strengthen programs, and expand services with confidence, ensuring the village remains strong for years to come. Our goal today is to raise $600,000. Through our sponsors and challenge gifts, we raised $150,000 before we even got here. We're 25% there. We need you to take us the rest of the way. This year, we need 5 people in the audience to pledge $50,000 a year for 5 years. For each of those 5-year pledges, you will be able to put 656 children through our programming. 656. We need 5 people in the audience to step up and commit $25,000 a year for 5 years. That will help 328 children go through our programs. And we need 10 of you to pledge $10,000 a year, 1 at each table, to pledge $10,000 a year for 5 years. For each of those pledges, you're able to offer 45 young adults a brighter start in life by supporting them through our Healthy Transitions program. You can also make recurring monthly gifts. This option allows you to give smaller amounts over time, but those consistent gifts add up to powerful, lasting impact for children and families. By giving a recurring gift of $500 per month, you can pay for 1 child to receive therapy and assistance through our outpatient services. By giving a recurring gift of $250 a month, you can pay for 1 family to receive services through our Healthy Families program. And by giving $100 a month, you can pay for 1 child to receive art and music therapy through our Heartstrings program. And lastly, you can make a one-time gift that will impact children and families right here in North Carolina. And now I'd like to pause and ask our table captains to please pass out the envelopes. There are 2 easy ways to give right now in real time. In your packet, you'll find some QR codes for each table. So you can give a gift immediately, right now from your phone. If you give electronically, simply write your name on the front of the giving card so we can match it up with your donation. If you would like to write a check, give through a DAF, an IRA, or fill out the credit card portion for us to run today, please do so by using the gift card provided. No matter how you give, we need you to fill out the card. It's in the bag. It should be in your packet. They should be on papers in your folders. Could somebody stand up and show everybody what the QR code looks like? Madison, could you step up? Yeah, there you go. Should be little papers on there. As you continue working on your gift or finding your QR code, please know this. Whatever you give today, we are deeply grateful. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy lives to be here and for choosing to partner with Children's Hope Alliance to bring hope and healing to children and families in our community. When you complete your gift card, please pass your envelope back to your table captain. Of course, your gift will remain confidential. Thank you for being a part of our Village of Hope today. And everyone at their seat has a tiny key. We want everyone that has a seat today to take home this key to the village, to remind you that you were key in helping our children and families today. Thank everyone for coming. We appreciate you being here. We hope you enjoyed our Village of Hope. And please give yourselves a round of applause because you are changing lives today.